Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Blungubane and this is the Blungubane YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure that you like this video and do subscribe to join this beautiful ever so blue family. Once again, thank you for tuning in. To all my returning subscribers, honey, let me just take this moment and say thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. And the new ones in the blog, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notifications every single time I post a bomb video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a short story time about how I got scammed slash robbed slash mugged, because I'm not particular with which category it falls in, but I think it overlaps into each of these. This particular event happened last year around May. I remember particularly because my grad week, it was my grad week, and so I had to go back to KZN and go for my graduation and then come back. So I wanted to, on that day, do my nails. So around the time last year, I was living at Jewel City and they don't have an ABSA ATM. So, and because I was also new in the area, I didn't know that there's one also here next to in GP, and there's also one in Carlton, but I didn't want to go to Carlton Center. I just wanted to go straight to do my nails. I didn't want to have a lot of stops. So I decided that I'm just gonna take out my money on the FNB ATM, and I already had an e-wallet that I was taking out. So I was gonna take out that e-wallet and also take out the money that was in my account. That was the plan. So obviously during the day it's raining like cats and dogs. It's pouring, like it's ridiculous. So eventually I do get ready, like start getting ready to go to the bank and then to go and do my nails. So I left the building that I was staying in and then I went to the ATM. Just before that, as I'm approaching, like I'm walking, so how I looked on the day, like I looked decent and like I looked fairly good. So on the day I was looking fairly good, like I dressed up really nice, I was looking gorgeous, I was looking moneyed basically, which was the number one red flag and the number one fault on my end to do in Johannesburg CBD. So I'm looking fly, I'm looking great, I'm looking gorgeous, and I'm heading to the FNB ATM because again I have to take out the e-wallet, and because there's no ABSA ATM around Jewel City, I wanted to also take out money straight from the FNB ATM from my ABSA account. So I'm walking towards the FNB ATM, and then as soon as like almost, because I was like I walk really fast because I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to be an easy target. So I'm kind of like you see me now, you see me no more kind of person. So I walk really fast. So obviously I was walking fast and this person was obviously observing me, but I wasn't aware of that because I just completely zone off and then I'm just focused on where I am going. So this person basically is observing me. Now in hindsight I know that they were looking at me probably. So they scanned me, they looked at me and they thought, this one, she has a lot of money. I'm walking fast, and then I'm slowing down and I slow down and I slow down, and obviously this person that's looking at me, they see, goes, oh okay, she's probably coming to this FNB ATM. So just as I'm about to just stand in the line, so the ATM is this side, let's say it's here, and I'm coming from here, so it's here, the ATM is here, and I'm coming from the side, and then I was gonna just turn and stand in a line like this, you know. So just as I'm turning, this person comes quickly in front of me. Like I still remember their faces, but also it's such a common face, man. Like you would mistaken it for just anybody. Like it's such a very common face. I remember it, but I could easily misplace their face on on someone else because it was a common face. So now he quickly comes and stands in front of me. I'm just like, what? Because he was literally just standing next to the tree, but the minute I was turning to stand in the queue, he comes and he stands in front of me. There was someone at the ATM already, and then I'm gonna be number one in the queue. I'm annoyed, but I'm just like, okay, whatever. My mind is not even there. Like, my mind is not even clicking with, okay, this is happening or what's happening. Because already another thing, my mood tends to be altered by the weather. So when I'm having like cloudy skies, it's raining and it's pouring, my mood also tends to drop with that. So I tend to want to be in the house, warm and just like cozy and self-soothing. So on this particular day, because I couldn't do that, I had to run those errands. I had to kind of go out, and then this person is standing in front of me, and I was just like, let me not give this day or this weather another reason to just put me down, because I was already feeling bad. So the people that were already at the ATM booth, they are done, and then they walk away, and then this person goes in, and then obviously I move closer to the ATM, and then he does his thing for a while, like he's also very suspicious. Like, it's clicking now how he was. Like, his eyes were very, like, they were scouting, they were very suspicious, they were all over the place, they were just not settled. Mind you, this person is busy at the ATM, but he's just scouting the place. He's just like this, is looking back at me, he's looking around, because also at Jewel City there are security guards that walk around and patrol the area, so I think that he was looking for that. And also there are cameras around, so I think he was trying to see the angles of the camera, and it's just like fidgety. For me, it didn't click then with like, this guy is very suspicious, and it was just like, get done, man. I want to go and do my nails, I want to come back in the lane, I want to relax, I want to be in bed, cozy, warm, and like my mind was not there. Yeah, bro. Like, he kept on getting receipts, and they would just throw them in the bin on the side. You know how like there are bins on the side of the ATMs, so he kept throwing them in there. Like, he kept getting a bunch of notes. I'm just like thinking, if you don't have money, you don't have money. What you gotta do? Like, if the transaction you're trying to do is not available perhaps in this ATM, then go to the ATM at Carlton Center. Like, do that. Like, I want to get done, and I want to be out of here. Eventually he moves. When he walks away from the ATM booth, I go in. So when I go in, he was so quick. Like, I didn't even get time to think about it. Like, when someone is trying to do something to you, they're not gonna give you time to think, especially at an ATM. They're not gonna give you time to register what's happening, so they tend to move fast. So I'm standing there. The minute that I was just like, I was taking out my card, this dude took my card and said, "Kwenziwa kanje sis," and then tapped it on the thing. There's a thing that you tap, like, it allows also for you to tap. He said, "This is how it's done, sissy," and then he tapped it, and then he quickly put it back, and then he left. Like, he disappeared from sight. I cannot tell you till this day where he went, because the minute he put it in, like, something told me in my mind, like, don't let it go in. But I was still also slow. I didn't understand what was happening. And then the minute it went in, I looked to my right, and the guy was gone. He disappeared. He was nowhere to be found. So I'm just like, oh, okay. And then it went in. So my card went in, and then I'm trying to do the transaction. Like, I put in my PIN, and then I'm trying to get out the money. Like, I'm trying to get the money, and it's not coming out. Like, my money is not coming out. And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I was just like, okay, let me put that on pause. And I tried to like cancel as well, to get my card back. And then it was starting to click to me, go to how, yeah, like, yeah. But I was just like, okay, let me keep calm, it's fine, it's alright. And let me just calm down. So I tried to cancel. That wasn't happening. So I was just like, okay, let me do the e-wallets, and then I'll get back to trying to get the money from my bank account. I do the e-wallets, the money comes out nice and properly, like clearly it's nothing wrong with the ATM cashy corner, there's cash inside, so it's nothing pertaining to the ATM. So now at this particular moment, I'm trying to get out my card. Like, I'm pressing on cancel, I'm pressing on it like my life depended on it. I'm obviously now starting to panic. I'm looking around, the people that are in the queue also, they started being a bit restless, and they're telling me oh, that guy was suspicious, and I'm like, I can't get out my card, like my card is stuck inside this ATM, I don't know what to do. And then one of the people said one of the people came to the ATM that I was standing in, and then he tried also to help me, like, to get out the card. And then it was just like, no, just call the numbers on the side, because there's like the bank numbers on the side for emergencies. So I just called Absa. My card is stuck, I don't know what to do. This guy came in and he said, this is how it's done. He tapped my card on the ATM, and then he inserted it, and after I inserted it, I put on my password, and then it hasn't come out since. Like, I'm struggling. And then when I was calling them, they kind of like explained to me the whole process of how, like, you get scammed. Basically, someone will just quickly come in front of you, try to perhaps mingle with you, because that guy did try to kind of make small talk, but I wasn't having it because, like, I was not there. And then one thing that he did obviously was just quickly slide in front of me. And then another thing was that they're not going to give you time to think. So the moment I got into the ATM, a significant thing that I forgot to mention was that because he was throwing in a lot of papers into that bin on the side, he just came in as someone who was looking for those papers. So I stood aside for that split second, and then he was just busy. He was just looking for the papers one of the papers, I guess, that he I don't know, had thrown away. So in that moment, he was like, no, sis, I'm going to Anjali. Like, the moment I took out my card, he was like, no, that's not how it's done. He tapped it, he inserted it, and then he disappeared. So they were explaining to me over the phone call that that's what they do. They don't give you time to think about these things. They will just come at you in a split second. They're going to be done. They're going to disappear from the crime scene. Basically, the operator is asking me which ATM I'm at. I'm telling him I'm at the FNB ATM in Jewel City, and Andy, and then asked him to cancel my card and so forth. But basically at that time, I don't think it was too late anyways, because the money was already out of the count, and there's basically nothing that they could have done. The only thing that they could do at that moment was just to change my card to what is this, to block my card. Is it block or yeah, I think it's block. The only thing they could do at that moment was to block my card. So that card was not working anymore. But obviously it was too late because they had access already to the money, and so after that, I'm asking him, is there anything I can do to take out this card? And it's like, please wait for the operators to come take out the card. They're at the ATM. But I'm like, I'm in a rush, I can't, because it was also like in the late hours of the day. It was around 3-4, so I wasn't trying to get back in at my place really late, because it was already cloudy and gloomy and there was no sunshine. So already the day seemed to be over before it was. The operator is just like, oh, okay, that's fine, you can go, but you're not gonna get back that card. You need to go to a branch and get a new card. And I just left. Like, I was annoyed, obviously, because okay, like, this is such an inconvenient, and I left. The reason why I left without having this whole thing resolved or making such a big deal out of it was because I had only 200 rands on my account. 200 rands. As much as, yes, that might be a lot of money, but I'm also thinking, like, what if I had my rent money? What if I had my groceries money in that account? At that time when that happened, like, I would have been screaming, biting that ATM like nobody's business. Everyone around me would have gotten a clap because what? So I was kind of relaxed about it. I didn't make such a big deal out of it because of the fact that I had 200 rands, and also because I had the e-wallet, so I did have enough money to still go do my nails. So I didn't make such a big deal out of it, but it was such an inconvenience. As much as it sucks, obviously, to have 200 rands taken from you, it doesn't have the same impact for me as having 2,000 rands, 20,000 rands taken from you. It's not, you know. I go and I walk to the Absa Towers because it's literally a walking distance, and then they had closed, so they told me that I must come back. I'm just gonna do my card in Pietermaritzburg because I was traveling down anyways for my graduation. I left the Absa Towers and then I just went to Braamfontein to get my nails done. I got my nails done nonetheless because I had gotten an e-wallet, so it was like such an inconvenience altogether, but it was a learning lesson for me. Like, I just feel like if I wasn't if I didn't experience that at that lower scale, I wouldn't have been like here. Even now, I'm just very vigilant and intentional when I'm going to the bank. I'm not trying to have anybody see my pin. I'm not trying to have anybody help me. Every time I get on that ATM, I press that cancel button like nobody's business. Like, I'm baptizing myself with it, because what, you know. So there's a great lesson for me to really know that this is how scammers work. This is how they mug you, they rob you of the things that you have. And it had to happen like at a lower scale, because maybe I wouldn't have had that experience and I would have lost izombolo zam. I would have lost tons of money because I wasn't aware of how these people move. I was a bit edgy the rest of that day because I was just like, oh my gosh, and just thinking about the fact that, like, what if this person followed me? It was just such a scary experience altogether. Now I'm very hyper vigilant again. I'm emphasizing this because it's very important, because those people, they don't look like I'm gonna rob you. They don't look like that. Most people that do these kind of crimes don't outright look like, hey, this person can't be trusted. But you get nuances of someone that's doing the wrong thing. But because you are not expecting that, they will play you. But it's always important that when you go into town, you must be hyper vigilant and be aware of your surroundings, because that's how they get you. I wasn't aware. Like, I took for granted how aware I was, and because also I wasn't expecting that kind of thing to happen because of the place that I was in. I was just thinking, this kind of thing can never happen, but it did happen, you know. And I got away with it. Skalula this time. I got away with it this time around with only 200 rands to lose. It could have been 2,000, 20,000, 200,000. I would have been going crazy, you know. But see, it wasn't that, thank God. And I was also safe. This person could have followed me wanting more money, demanding more money. They could have followed me wanting my, like, accessories. Even though it was such a disheartening experience, I'm also grateful that I wasn't harmed in any way in the process. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you like this video, do subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications every single time I post a new video. Stay safe, be woke. It's December, guys. People don't play. Just assess the situation as best as you can. Be aware, be vigilant, stay calm, so that you can make sound and logical decisions in that moments that best serve you and your life.